to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic.
Was picking, being flexible, being creative, being innovative, and trusting yourself to be able to pull it off is going to be the way to go. But as of now, let's see, based on the drops as well, we are going to be heading in towards a little bit of a fight coming in. Seems like Albert is going to get harassed coming in from Team Philippines as well,
so you could have cast it over it.
Oh, all right. I see it. But guess what? We're going to be jumping straight into the game as well. This is going to be the Grand Finals second game. And in case you missed out on action, this is going to be on its way because as of yet, Team Philippines is in a high-stakes morale just because they won Game 1. And hopefully they will be able to transition into a 2-0 if things keep up like this.
Oh, look at this. We can see how Soto is getting chunked out quite heavily, and this is the matchup. Anyone going up against Daira will not have a good time. He really does like to fight. Minions are great, but lives are more important to be taken. Can I say that?
Lives are more important. Yeah, definitely. Every life is matter. That's why it's all about surviving and not getting killed. So I guess that it puts it that way as well. As you can see, bottom side as well, we do see an early flicker being used from R7 to get him out of a sticky situation. And despite that, he's losing a lot of health. I don't think he's going to be of any help for this turtle push. Now, Dawning Light coming from Suns is going to try and zone him off. As you can see, the dive comes in from the Philippines and they will get the kill onto his Vin. Absolutely nothing they could have done. The choice person has been baited out for this next fight. Team Indonesia can look to punish this as well. But looks like Villanuna is going to get caught out as well. Here comes the snipe from Albert. Patience as well. And he also steals a turtle, and now taking one shot off the turtle bomb. He's gonna try and make a kill onto a Soto. However, the ever so tanky Esmeralda is gonna be a-okay unless R7 is he gonna cancel it? No. Okay, looks like he's gonna be fine.
I feel like if he had Flicker, he would probably try it. Over here, we can look at the top lane. Flickers in, getting a kill. Giving it over to CW would have been ideal, but Vin sacrificing his life to the turret to make sure that a kill is given over to Indonesia right now. Kill advantage 3-1 in 3 minutes of the game. Team Indonesia right now is being a little bit more aggressive compared to before. And Luna is out here to make sure that, hey, CW, stop that. I'm going to hold the wave just so that Gonzalez doesn't get behind.
Totally worth it for that death coming from Win. You know, getting their kill was just so much important. Knowing that he's got to pull yourself together. Dying rather early, not the end of the world. However, this is what I'm talking about, the drops coming in. Dealing with a roaming Pokemon Cobalt rather early is still easily manageable considering that even though you've got two very tanky compositions, which is the Bucks and Esmeralda, this heroes come out on life a little bit slow and that requires a little bit more time, and it's all about stalling into a later stage of game. But seems like that's not going to be happening as of yet because they are going to be grouping up and forcing a fight, and that's going to be a good pick punishing onto his Vin.
It's not 5 minutes yet, and this is what I talked about before. In Indonesia, we can see whether their win condition will happen or not in the first 5 minutes. And Philippines, they understand that, and they're going to the sidelines, making sure that they will not be given an opportunity to really advance much. Look at this, CW, he is the one sitting on his own turret. But look at here, is this a team fight about to start now?
Yeah, seems like it's going to be the case as well. Vin trying to go for the hook, tries to preempt it to catch Gonzalez. Not going to happen. Rosario going to go for the block. Toy Poison comes in, and the Dawning Light connects on 3. And I don't think Team Indonesia has the follower as well. You can see Imam is in the vicinity. Team Indonesia doesn't want to be caught out, but that is going to be a little bit more space to chunk on towards the gold platings for the side of CW up top, and as well as the turtle. A little bit greedy to my taste, but can Team Philippines actually contest against it? Apparently, no, because on the top side, Sans gets a kill on towards Villa Luna.
Yeah, we can see right now Team Indonesia, they're having the advantage. R7 getting chunked out by Soto. But right now, Team Indonesia, this is what they're supposed to do. Get a lane advantage either on CW or R7. But apparently R7 is saying, I got this. I can handle this 1v1. Just get something somewhere else on the map. And they're really using this to their advantage. Right now, they have a small goal lead. But after taking the turret, this is going to get even better just because they can control the map a little bit more, giving more space for Vin. But look here, Del Rosario going in front. But CW, he is attacking for free. They're focusing on Vin, making sure that this Franco doesn't go away scot-free. Imam is taking a lot of damage, but he manages still to get a kill. And Sans, they're not enough damage. Villuna not forcing this situation. That was such a close team fight. Imam should really have gone down just now.
Yeah, Imam out there was able to keep him alive as well, and this is so smart coming from Team Philippines, just because they're taking advantage of the early power spike of the box set to get damage and fight out of it. All they need to do is for a long setup, and that's going to be where Villa Luna catches into the picture. As long as you're going for this kind of fights, nobody is going to be able to soak through all that damage rather early. But it's going to be very risky, because if and only if Del Rosario doesn't get the kill, Team Indonesia is going to be able to heavily punish his composition.
In the early game, it's actually good to chunk down, making sure that the tanks are dead. And speaking of which, Soto is going to be the first casualty of the game. Vin taking a lot of damage, is going to die over to Imam. Right now, CW as well as Suns trying to fight back, but they have retreated over on the top side of the map. Team Philippines, they are going to start pushing the turret. Right now, Team Philippines, they're trading all over the place. And I was about to say, it's good that the side of Philippines, they're really focusing on Vin, because for a tank, if you die a lot, usually people are like, "Hey, you're a tank, that's fine." But the thing is, if you can't skill, if you're not tanky, you're gonna be useless in the team fight right now. It's turtle take for Team Indonesia.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But now it's gonna be a little bit of a sitting game once again. Indonesia has been able to win the turtle fight, but here comes the flicker forward from Vin. He's gonna be caught. Oh god! But no, they secure the turtle. They will sacrifice the Franco. But here comes the fight coming in. The dive from the side of the Karina as Albert tries his best to chase them down as much as they can. They got him low, but they don't seem to have the finish. Sands going for the Dawning Light was able to get one, but it's not gonna be enough. So beautiful stuff coming from both Team Indonesia as well as Philippines.
This is a good way to play, where some people might say this is a mistake. Why are you keep focusing on tank? Why are you keep focusing on Vin? But again, as a tank, you don't farm. So you just gradually get gold from your roam item, but if you die, then you're not going to be able to actually get the gold. You have to survive, and then just scales up, accumulates accordingly. So now that Vin is heavily behind, he can't even open the map. So right now, Team Indonesia, they're actually waiting for Vin to scale to make it easier for them to push their advantages. If not, yeah, they just have to wait for Philippines to engage.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But now, Del Rosario looking to apply a little bit more pressure. He's thinking about going for Sans. However, on the sides as well, Arcel will be reviewed from the side of Villa Luna. Not exactly a risky attack as well, considering that the Abyssum Strike as well as the debuff coming in from R7 is going to be making him very squishy. But in the midst of all this confusion, you can see Philippines are trying to chip away at whatever economy they can get across the map in terms of objectives.
That was unfortunate. Like, we saw that like Imam was there for the taking, but then unfortunately the minion was there and the hook prioritized the minion. So right now we're looking at Team Indonesia, and they are looking for opportunities all over the map. But looking at the bottom side, Philippines are really pushing their advantage forward, and the Dawning Light, if it hit the minion, it would be a little bit better. But right now, because the minions are still surviving, the minions are still alive, they can push a little bit more. But here, Science as well as Vin has arrived. Unfortunately, the Iron Hook did not connect onto anyone. So Team Philippines, Villa Luna has been caught. Vin, good flicker in, and the kill has been given over to CW. But looks like Team Indonesia, they cannot get any more off of that.
Yeah, that was a very good catch out as well coming from Team Indonesia. Like, the moment Villa Luna dies, they lose all sorts of chain CCs to actually go in for the setup, and because of that, they are going to be opting to go for a lot, and this time it's going to be very difficult to do so, because everyone is going to be in the vicinity. Philippines, they are going to try to force the issue, but Team Indonesia is slowly chipping away. Dawning Light has been expanded to try and drop Gonzalez, threatening his position. Imam, however, from the back will be focused down. That is going to be a kill coming in, and the Lord will be secured in the hands of Team Indonesia, and just like that, Team Philippines, they are forced to back out.
Without Imam there, Team Philippines can't really chunk down HP of Indonesia from a safe distance, so they have to concede the Lord. However, this is just a 9-minute Lord. It has not been enhanced in any way. It'll be Luminous Lord or a Evolved Lord, so it's still fine. It's not the worst case scenario. Team Philippines, they can actually, for both Indonesia as well as Philippines, I would say scaling wise, both of them are pretty equal, just because Gonzalez is going to be quite a problem in the late game. And come on, Sicilian's probably the king of late game mages.
Yep, agreed. But here comes the whole setup as well, and that's going to be the boom baby, and Sans completely shuts out Soto, and that's the beauty of the Franco setup with the Sans catch coming from Xavier. The moment the setup comes in, you are going to be a sitting duck, and the hook is going to be 100% secured, and there's no way to block it unless you go in for the Purify. So aside from that, Team Philippines, they've got to be afraid of this catch potential.
Right now, Vin is feeling more comfortable with the iron hooks. Even if he doesn't connect, it's getting awfully close. Team Philippines, they have to be aware because in terms of using a Franco, even if you miss 99 hooks, it just takes that one hook to really be the difference maker. And Imam did use the Purify. The Lord is still there. And look at it, Team Indonesia focusing on the mid lane, making sure that they get at least one turret there.
Yep, I agree. But this is a lot of objectives coming in from Team Indonesia as well. Philippines doing a fantastic job holding on. But eventually CW is going to get caught out as of yet. Overextending a little bit more here. They do have a little bit more damage. But guess what? The trade-off is not actually worth it because Villa Luna gets 80% of the health chunked off right from the get-go.
Right now, Team Philippines, they are in the back foot. However, with Imam still being there, as well as Gonzalez with the Brody, they can clear the minions pretty fast. But Vin is posing quite a problem because Philippines, if they want to go in front, they have to sacrifice one person.
Yep, I agree. And it looks like Dawning Light comes in on the fort as well. They're looking for a potential hook coming in, but Team Philippines not going to be able to do so. They are going to be turning up to try and force out a situation, but as of yet, the win condition coming from Team Philippines is going to be building up on Imam stacks before actually going for a trade. And while that's actually happening, Suns is slowly starting to be very, very annoying in terms of all this CC control. And I feel like the approach coming from Indonesia with this game is not about the one-shot okay, yes, partially it is going to be about the one-shot potential of the Dawning Light, but look at how they use the zoning coming from Suns, right? It's so easy to hit anyone, and the moment you hit it, Win is going to get a free 2-second window to get a kill potential or a hook on anyone from side Team Philippines.
Right now, looking at all the roster, almost everyone has a 3-core item build already. So in terms of mid-game power spike, everyone has it. Right now, it's more about the decision making as well as how they want to initiate, because Vin can force out a mistake because no one wants to get hit by the iron hook. It just happens. And for the side of Team Philippines, as long as they can protect Imam and Imam can get damage onto Team Indonesia, that's going to look very, very good for them because Philippines, they have 3 range heroes. It's just about who actually gets on the proper target first. Can Vin catch anyone off guard, or can Team Philippines kill off someone first?
Look at how aggressive the positioning of Team Indonesia is, especially for Win. And because of that, Team Philippines are very, very threatened to do anything, and that is going to be an easy lot steal once again coming from Indonesia. Team Philippines not going to be able to do so just because they are so afraid of this Franco hook as well as Sans' setup. And it's understandable. It's a different approach in formation, but Team Philippines can't break through that at all.
It's just a subconscious thing where in the back of your head you're always having this nightmare situation of getting caught out. And speaking of getting caught out, over here CW is alone and he's gonna get chunked down. Why was he there? Vin and Albert are coming in, chasing in, so it manages to get the hook, and the kill is gonna be given over to Albert. The immortality has been popped, and they're gonna trade gold laner for gold laner.
Yep, right ideas coming from Team Philippines to actually punish this as well, because that is a standard play from after getting the Lord. Getting the outstanding kill is huge. However, they do not have enough damage to do so to defend as of yet. Villa Luna is still going to be alive, but look at this. The chain CC is coming in. The Lord is going to be knocking onto a Team Philippines, and they will get an inhibitor potentially. Yes, they will get the last chunk, and Team Indonesia will back off as of yet to try and deny away the objective jungles away from Philippines.
Yeah, right now with Vin having better control of the map, Team Philippines, they have to be careful. But I would say that's an understatement. Right now, they know what is going on. It's just that they're really trying to figure out where they want to position the big bodies in front. Del Rosario as well as Soto. How are they going to open the map to make sure that they know where Vin is without really giving too much advantage to Indonesia as well? And then scaling up, because this is a triple marksman setup, so they have the range.
Agreed.
It's just that they're just, I would say, almost being overly cautious, worried about this Vin as well as the damage coming in from Suns and CW.
I definitely agree. They definitely need a little bit more time in terms of getting their next item power spike, right? If you go for the usual standard build, they are going to be in a little bit of trouble. And I guess the next solution here is going to be farming up those immortalities. But while they're actually doing here, they are going to get caught up by this concealed play coming from Indonesia, as they will pick up both Villa Luna as well as Gonzalez. And these are huge major damage dealers from inside Team Philippines, and immediately Finally, Team Indonesia going for their textbook plays. They are looking to close out the game just like that. Great adaptation, but the hook comes in, pulls in Del Rosario. He needs to run for his life, but he is going to be able to do so, even though he's tanky enough. But one more hook is going to come eventually. Here he comes, but the minion, that is just unfortunate for Win. But the minions are going to be pushing in. They are looking for the inhibitor, but here comes a big catch coming from Sun. Starting like connects on 2. They're going to be able to sustain their way through, but the hook, again, and again, they keep hooking up, and that is going to be Team Indonesia getting another pick off. But the space has been created. Del Rosario making the space, and here comes Soto getting a 4-man catch, and they will be able to take down CW. The defense is good, and Indonesia makes the mistake.
That was a quick fight. It was a quick damage coming in from the side of Imam, and that is a damage check, and I feel like Imam is getting to the point where he can do a lot for his team. So right now they should have the confidence, because if they don't, Indonesia, they will just proceed forward. Because right now, look at the advantage. 14 kills over to 9, 51,000 gold going up against 46. Team Philippines, this is potentially the last fight around the lore, because we see how confident Indonesia is at securing this lore. They're not baiting. They're not trying to bait. They're just like, yeah, we're just going to push away and we're going to secure it for ourselves.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult to do so, but here comes the hook. It connects on Imam, dawning like on him as well, but he's got the defensive maneuvers to actually tank through all those damage, and this is the game plan that they know that Indonesia cowboys on, and this is going to be the trap they set up, and they will take down Win. However, the fight is not going to be over yet, because Philippines, they are still struggling too, but the second dawning light comes in with the abysm strike from Team Indonesia. It's going to be enough to destroy the annoying tanky Esmeralda known as Soto.
The amount of cooldown on Sans right now, 2 dawning lights in one team fight. And the thing is, once he has his transcendent form, the damage is going to be insane. The damage is going to be higher. And here, Del Rosario is going to be attacked by R7, and the team fight is going to continue. R7 is going to focus on Imam. He will pop his own immortality. He has to run away. He cannot risk dying when the Lord is up.
Yep, this is smart coming from them as well. Team Philippines, they have built out the immortalities. However, the question remains, because time and time again, Team Indonesia, they have been focusing on targeting Imam. I like the adaptations when it comes to itemizations, right? Imam was forced to go for a dominance ice or the Athena shield to try and tank the burst coming from this dawning light, which is smart considering that he does have the sustains and tools to deal with it, but eventually his stacks is going to be maxed out eventually, so he's got to do a lot of damage. So he understands that going defensive is good, but no, Vince says describe how defensive you are. If you get hooked, you're done for. And Team Indonesia gets the biggest catch, and they are going to go and close out the game. The Lord is coming in. Soto trying his best to drive the backlines, but he just can't do anything about Sans. And Team Indonesia gets the kill.
I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take a new song.
Game number 2.
This is why I say I want Vince, a very talented roamer. I say this to all the talented roamers. Give them a hero that can start something.
Don't wanna test your luck with me. I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
You are not as tough as